Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I go over tips, tools, and trainings to make you a better travel advisor. And today, I have a very important training that I want to go over. I've been here for 3 years now, and I have seen a lot of different opportunities for agents and settings for agents. And one thing that their success always went back to was branding themselves as a travel advisor. So I decided, you know what? Let's sit down and do this the right way so you guys don't have to make the same mistakes that I have seen other advisors make. And in that, we're going to save time, money, because you're already investing. And if you're wasting a lot of time doing this, and it's not set up, that's a waste of money too. So I'm going to teach you guys how to save time, money, and frustration, and just start off right and brand yourself as a travel advisor. Maybe you're seeing this and you are maybe been a travel advisor for a while. That's okay. You're still in the right place. And let me explain. It might be something as simple as a correction to a link tree or a correction to a quote request form of putting it in a different place that can really just change your business altogether. So let's go through this together. I'm going to ask questions. Feel free to comment them as we go through it. If you're watching this on a replay, feel free to still comment hashtag replay so that I know that you have stopped by. I would love to still say hi to you, but let's go ahead and dive in and get started, shall we? So let's first be honest all together. Most new advisors, they dive in without a plan. That is the number one thing I've always seen. People just think they could just jump in and start booking travel. Now, some people, yes, are able to do this, but the reality of it is that most of us can't. So we need to have a plan. We need to have a brand and even a foundation to build off of. The travel industry is competitive, and first impressions matter more than ever. Without a clear brand strategy, new advisors often struggle with inconsistent messaging, unprofessional presentation, and wasted marketing dollars on tactics that don't work. I have seen this over and over. It could be something as simple as like when new advisors first start, they have a tendency to misspell things. Okay, but think about how that looks as a consumer, right? So the cost of getting it wrong, let's talk about it. Loss of credibility, frustrated clients, and months of backtracking to fix avoidable mistakes. But there is a better way. So that is what I'm hoping to teach to you today. Now, before we start that, though, I do have a question for you. And I want you to really think about this. What is the one thing that you want your travel brand to say about you? Now, a lot of people are going to come in here and not have one definite answer. And I would just want to say that's okay because I don't have one definite answer. I want it to say, look at her. She's a mom of six and she's still able to be successful. That's one part of it. But I also want it to say, look at her, minus all of that extra stuff. Look at this expert in the travel industry doing what she does best, right? So I want you to stop and just think and comment. I want to see it. I want to read it. All right. Now I can't see it right now because I'm in the setting, but I want to read it and I want to reply to you. All right. So drop comments below. But what is the one thing that you want your travel brand to say? Now we're going to take that and we're going to break it down into three things that are going to help identify you as a foundation. I want you to sit there and think about your mission when you're establishing that, what you want your travel brand to say. What is your goal here? Why did you become a travel advisor? There is a deeper purpose beyond booking trips. And that decision for your mission is going to drive every decision that you make for your business. When you are posting, why are you posting? What are you trying to accomplish? Right? We just did an interview with Founders Council member, 3-star platinum, Emily Jimenez. And the one thing that she said, you have to find your why. And that really hit me because she said, I don't want to go back to the way it was before. That alone could probably be everybody's why, right? So think about why you became a travel advisor and help align your mission. Next, your audience. You are not meant for everyone, and that is okay. But you need to find your audience who serve you best, whether that be family vacation, luxury, travelers, adventure seekers, or even destination specialists. You need to find your path. Okay. That type of clarity and niching down is what's going to attract the right clients. You can't just go out there and, oh, I can do this and do this and do this and do this. When they're looking for a brand identity, think about like this: Nike, right? Nike typically sells shoes, clothes, workout, just sports stuff, right? All right, so next week they're going to start selling Barbie dolls. You as a consumer are going to be like, whoa, what is that? We're not going to buy that from you. That's not what your brand does. It's exactly what I'm talking about, right? That wouldn't work for the other audience. That wouldn't work for their mission. So you need to identify what your audience and your mission is going to be. Next, your voice, how you communicate, whether it's friendly and approachable. Maybe you're the expert and you're authoritative. That's me. Or fun and adventurous. That consistency will build the trust. Now, putting these three together, this brand trinity becomes your North Star for every marketing decision, client interaction, and business choice you make. Have you ever heard a company say, well, that doesn't align with our brand? Okay, that's you. I want you to become a brand. I want you to become, you sell travel, make travel your business, but at the same time, make it your life, right? It's what makes you memorable and different from thousands of other travel advisors that are competing for attention. If you pick these three and become yourself and make it a lifestyle. Now, we're going to go further than that. All right. That's all the words of wisdom I got for you. We're going to take it a little bit further and I'm going to show you how to do that in the process. Okay. Now, when you are setting up your brand, you want to create a visual brand kit. Your visual identity is often the first thing potential clients notice. A professional, consistent look immediately signals credibility and expertise. So, how do we do that? One thing that we're going to start off by doing is design your logo. So this concept here is using ChatGPT. You can technically use it in Canva. You can use wherever you want to make your logo, but I just want to show you how easy it is to make a logo. So let's go to ChatGPT. Hi, this is my bestie right here. If you don't have ChatGPT, definitely sign up for it. You can do the free one, works great, but she's going to do everything for us. So, hello, I want you to make me a logo. Let's see, for my brand Ash Knows Travel. And I want it to as a travel advisor. Woof. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you, my chat GPT knows me. So let's see what it comes up with. But talk to it. Tell it exactly what you wanted to say. If it doesn't know your brand, if it doesn't know you as a travel advisor, then that's okay. But talk to it and let it help you build it. Now, we're going to let that build. We're going to let it build itself, right? While it's loading, let's go back to the presentation. We're going to keep going. So the next thing that I want you to do is choose your colors and pick your fonts. Now, another tool that we use a lot here is going to be Canva. Canva does have a pro version. Okay, it's like $7 or $8. I'm not sure. I've been paying for it for years, but they do have a pro version of this where you can go in and set up a brand kit to use repeatedly. If you are planning on using Canva a lot, go ahead, invest in it. If you don't have Canva Pro, this won't matter at the point, but I still want you to pick a couple of colors and a couple of fonts that you're going to use repeatedly, regardless if you do a brand kit or not. Let me show you the brand kit real quick that's inside Canva in case you do want to do it. So we have everything here. Yay. We're going to come over here to where it says brand. They have templates. You have to build the kit first, and then you can even build it into your templates so the colors will come out over and over. It's pretty cool. But brand kits in general, let me open mine. So I have all of my logos here. I do different things like YouTube, etc. So these are all my logos. This is my old one and my new one. So we've improved, right? But I also have my colors. These are my like best colors I use for travel. So I use all of that. And then I also have all of my fonts. So I've saved all these fonts because every time I build something, I like it and I just end up adding it to it. Now, you can even go deeper than that, add your brand voice, your photos, your graphics, your icons, charts, etc. But this saves it to where now every time I build something in Canva, you can literally just go apply, apply. It saves you so much time and it just builds this consistency of a brand because you're seeing the same thing over and over and over and over, no matter what you're posting. That's what they like. So consider setting that up when you are ready. All right. Now let's go back to ChatGPT and see what it did. Oof. Oh, I loved that. See, listen, don't spend hours making a logo because that's actually really nice. If you see it updated later on and it looks like that, you guys already know why. Because wow, that's beautiful. And those actually my colors actually, the blues like that, and then the gold. I am a gold person. I like that. So now you guys have an idea, right? We now got brands, we got logos. Now I'm going to tell you something about this. I want you, before you pick your brand or whatever, I want you to go and search it. Don't take something that somebody else has. And let me tell you why. So, like, I've been building what we call SEO, and that might not make sense to you right now because you might be new, but it's search engine optimization, which means I have built time and like just placement into Google and all of those places by posting videos and just topics and things like that, right? So imagine me building this for 3 years, and then you come out of nowhere and you're like, oh, now I'm Ash Knows Travel. It's not going to work. It's going to automatically pull back into me. And you don't want that to happen when you are trying to establish your brand. Highly recommend searching things around you. Search Facebook, search Google, maybe have a couple people in different locations search it too before you pick your brand, and come up with something that's catchy, like, like this is for training, right? So Ash Knows Travel. That when you hear that, what does that sound like? I'm an expert in travel. Something like that is going to really help you when you're establishing your brand. Make it SEO friendly, please. Now, continuing. So once we have all these three set up, this is going to be the foundation of your brand kit. Okay. You will use these elements consistently across your website, your social media, your business cards, marketing materials, everything. It needs to have the same three parts. We're going to take this and go a little bit further. We have to also set up a professional foundation too. We have the background, but we need to have the actual foundation of what you're going to build your business on. You need to do this before you announce your services to the world. You need to ensure that all of your backend systems are professional and ready to handle inquiries. A strong foundation prevents embarrassing gaps that could cost you clients, which could cost you money, right? We don't want to play with our money. Now, so before you announce to anyone that you are a travel advisor, make sure that you have all your stuff registered. Make sure you can access it as well. That's one of the things that people don't know. Like Vax, for example, you think you can access it and then it will lock you out. And now you got to email somebody and wait for them to respond, right? Don't do that to yourself because you don't want to ever be like, all right, client, thank you so much for your interest. Now give me like 4 days for me to get approval. We don't want to do that. So make sure that you can go in there and book immediately before you start telling other people that you are a travel advisor. Next, optimize your social media profiles. I don't care what type of like marketing you want to do. Maybe you don't even like online stuff. That's okay. But in 2025, when we look up a business, where do we go? We start research on Google, right? What pops up immediately? Their social media profiles, right? So you need to establish something of a profile when you go in. I don't care if it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, whichever foundation part you want to start at, that's fine. I wouldn't suggest doing more than three, but they need to be professional. And I know TikTok, you might do a personal account. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, they need to look professional. I don't even care if you use your own personal page to promote your travel. That's fine, but it needs to be consistent. Okay. Consistent branding, clear bio descriptions. They need to know exactly what they're looking for. You need to have your contact information across all platforms, and it needs to be clickable no matter where you go. These are the fundamentals because that's what people look for. If you don't have your contact information on one of your social media sites, that could cost you clients because one day you might go viral there unintentionally. It takes one post on TikTok to go viral. Imagine all the clients you would lose if you didn't have a link in the bio, right? Next, I highly recommend this. Okay, you don't have to do any of this, honestly, right? But create a Linktree hub. Let me tell you, Linktree has saved me in so many situations, and it helps a ton when it comes to marketing because all you have to say is check the link in the bio. You don't have to go, here's this link, and then here's that link, and you don't have to keep up with all of it. It's just in one place, and it looks so beautiful. Let's look at mine. Travel Dash. There it is. Now, comment below for me. Would you book with me if you saw something like this? This is professional. This is put together. This is Disney. Carnival. I need to update this. Yeah, doesn't know that part. Um, Here's all this. This is just clickable links, right? And all things tour. I am a Tour Radar ambassador. Here's that. Exciting extras, golden tickets, sandals, and I even have my own little shop. That's all on Linktree. Those are just links that we are provided to us by our vendors, minus the shop that's given to you by Linktree. But it has it all in here. That's all put together. Imagine just sharing one link. Boom, boom, boom. There's all my social media platforms, even my Amazon store. It even has my shop, All Things Travel, my Travel Leaders Network, your Houston travel agent. Like that is a brand. That is consistency. This is my slogan. This carries throughout TikTok, Instagram, no matter where I'm at. Your favorite travel advisor is my slogan. Okay. Don't copy it because it's not going to work. That's built into SEO. Now, of course, you can use something like it. All right. But I'm telling you, you want to build your own brand because if not, you're going to have a hard time trying to establish yourself. You're going to be fighting with other, competitors here. You don't want to do that. So there it is, right? Now, continuing. Compile all important links in one place. There it is. Link tree. Next, build client intake forms. Listen, Archer Travel or Evolution technically gives us an amazing website, but I still want you to make your own version of that. And I want it to be just like a quote request form. People don't like to look for things, and the plan your trip button on the website is near the bottom. So we don't want them searching for a plan your trip. I want you to have a direct jot form, Google Forms. I'll show you my jot form in a second. I don't care what it is, but it needs to be a professional intake form that clients can go in, put their preferences, their requirements, and you have everything that you need. Now, I have trainings on how to do every one of these things here. Now, the thing is I don't want you to sit through a bunch of trainings unless you absolutely need to, right? But I want you to have a way to qualify clients, especially when you are new. You don't want to go back and forth and be like, okay, what about this? Oh, and you need this kind of cabin? Are you sure you don't want a balcony? You don't want to do all of that. You want to have it in place. So take the trainings if you need to figure out how to do the job form. I have playlists like must know trainings, booking help. I have all of those. Okay. Social media, we got you. So what I'm trying to get to is that having these four core parts are what's going to build this foundation for you. Now, let's say we were a client and we stumbled upon my link tree, and that's in my link in my bio. All right, cool. I want to find a quote request form and I'm going to book a trip with Ash. All right, where we go? Boom, right there, right in front of their face. Wow, I might as well just slap them with it. Open it. There we go. Now, welcome. Hi there. Please fill out and submit this form. Oh, this is nice. This is professional. This is free. This is free. I don't pay for this. Okay, let's go. Oh, excited. I do have to update this July offer. Psh, whatever. Excited to start your adventure. We're glad we found you. This actually might work in my favor because they'd be like, girl, do you have a, what are we in September? Yeah. Do you have a September offer? Yes, I do. Fill out the quote request. That might start a conversation. I might leave that there. But, anyways, let's go. So, next. And then I have this cool part where I can just skip at the bottom. Email. Bam. What do you need? Oh, we need to qualify them. There's that qualification. Are you flexible? Cool. Number of rooms needed. Awesome. Total trip desired. We need that question. And then my favorite one. Where's my favorite question? Oh, there it is. Biggest question of them all. Are you ready to secure your trip with a deposit once we find the perfect match? If not, you know, is to spend less time on it, right? So that's how easy I want it to be. That's exactly how to build a brand. If you wanted to go to, or just use a Nike today, I don't know why, but if you wanted to go to Nike.com, you know where it's at, right? You could just click on Facebook and then click on Nike, or you could just type in. That's how easy we want this to be all the way across. Now, finding yourself in Google is going to take a little bit of work. You have to establish, you have to keep posting, but it can happen. Okay. So here is that. Keep going. Now we have our brand, we have our foundation. Now we need to start telling people that we are travel advisors. We love that. But you have to have a plan. You need to have a strategy for marketing. Do not just start posting and have no backbone to it. One post and then forgetting about it is like one of the worst things that you can do when you are first launching. I want you to also consider two things for this part, though. Okay. One, You weren't a travel advisor before. You were coming out of nowhere and you're like, hey guys, now I sell travel. It's going to take some time for them to pay attention to you. Some of you, it starts off right across. I have seen it to where, for example, a good friend of mine, her name's also Ashley. She lives here in Houston too. She didn't really set up much social media. She was like, yeah, I'll get around to it, right? And then she just started going out there and talking to people, but she still set up her foundation. So now, sitting at over 250K plus sales, fantastic, great. She doesn't have to find herself of setting up a strategy because she already had it. She had the foundation. She does plan content, right? And it's already set up, but she gets most of her clients in person. So she sets all this, plans it out, and then goes talks to people. That might happen to you, okay? But I just don't want you to sit here and think that you can just post one time and you're going to get a client. That is the most unrealistic thing that you could ever think of. You cannot expect ever to have instant gratification from a social media post. It is there to build consistency. It is there to catch eyes. It is there to show. If I were to go and Google Travel with Ash, which is me, you're going to see that I'm posting every single day. That's a business that you want to use. Think about if you were going to a dentist. Are you going to go to a dentist that doesn't have a social media profile? Probably not, right? So, regardless of how you plan on going in there and tackling your market, you might have to go in person, you might do it at home, whatever. I still want you to have a marketing strategy. Okay. Branding posting kills credibility. Successful travel advisors plan their content strategy before launching and ensuring consistent, valuable communication with their audience, always. So, plan 30 days of content. If that's too much, plan 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. But you want to draft a month's worth of posts before you launch. Don't worry, I've got a training on that one too. 30 days of content in 60 minutes. It's on there. But this prevents panic posting and maintaining quality. Panic posting, 90% of you guys, when you panic post, you don't post at all because you're like, oh, I need to post, I need to post. Oh, and then like it's like 6 o'clock at night. Oh, it's too late now, right? Mix your content types. Be yourself within your brand and just put it out there. Deliver tips, deliver deals, deliver personal touches. Show your expertise and your personality through your brand and what you're posting. And then, of course, maintain your schedule. Don't overdo it. Don't plan to do 6,000 things a day. Get a routine. We learned that from Emily. Get a routine, develop a schedule, and then maintain it. Every time at the end of the month, I do a month's worth of content at the end of the month, and I normally do it with you guys. We are all sitting down and we're planning. I do it one weekend out of the month for the next month. I don't worry about marketing at all. If I see a deal or something, I'll just throw it in the schedule, but I don't market all month. I don't have time to do that. I'm doing all of this. I'm booking clients. I have to call Royal Caribbean like 3 times today to do like 3 different setups because we're doing big bookings. But I have important things to do, and you're going to get there too. But you won't get there if you do not develop a strategy. Absolutely not. Strategic content marketing positions you as a travel expert your ideal clients want to work with. Consistency in messaging and timing builds credibility faster than sporadic, reactive posting. We don't want that. Now, another part I want to cover a part of your brand. This is going to come into place. You don't think it does at first, but it does. So, whether you want to have a digital business card or a physical business card, it doesn't matter, but it's very important what is on your business card. That's the literally first impression and sometimes the last impression that people get of you. So, I want to talk about it. Now, in our digital world, physical business cards still have a powerful impression. So I'm never going to knock a physical business card. But a lot of us don't have a lot of money when we're starting out. So if you want a free option, digital works just as great. Okay. But you need to have something that they can keep, whether you're switching information, whatever. And it's kind of be like a reminder of your professionalism and make it easy for clients to contact you later. Now, there are a couple of things that need to be on the business card to make them work. First, it has to have an Archer logo on there. If you're not with Archer, or if you're watching this, whatever, it has to have your affiliate logo on there, regardless of who you're affiliated with, honestly. But for us, it has to have an Archer affiliate logo on there because this one establishes your credibility and your recognition. You want to have that in there. You can put your own logo on there too. Just put in the corner, like ours has to say. I'll show it to you. Actually, I have it pulled up. All right, so Travel Cafe, which is all Archer, right? Media Library, and then go to the part that says, oh, where did it go? Oh, they changed it. Okay, that's fine. Affiliate logos. Affiliate logos right here. You see how it says this is transparent, but an affiliate of Archer Travel Service. This has to be on there because that's how we book travel. So they need to know that part, right? You don't have to have evolution on there unless you want, but you do have to have that part on there. Now, we also have to have the parts for, let me go back here. We also have to have the parts for the license numbers. So if you have license numbers, put them on there. Now, ours are found under the new agent quick start guide under business card requirements. And I'm just going to click on English for now, but it looks like this. So, you have to have your own personal name and branding. You can't lead yourself as Archer Travel. That's why we're talking about branding. Look at us there. So, develop your own whatever, like mine's Ash Knows Travel, right? If I were to build a business card, I would slap it in the corner. Then at the bottom right, I would put the Archer affiliate logo small. Then you have to go in here and put all of these registration numbers. This is so you guys can book across the United States. So you want to put these very small, like mine were on the back. They're like listed very small on the back. Now, I do say were because I actually use Popple now. I like the digital world better, but if you want to do physical ones, it's still the same. If you do digital ones, I still would put it in there, and I'm going to show you how I did it on Popple. But you don't want to ever just leave it out without the license numbers on there. Okay. It builds credibility and it looks good for you as a business. Now, there's the multiple contact methods. You want to put your Linktree URL, maybe a QR code, your email, your phone number, so clients know how to reach you. And then, of course, maybe if you don't want to put your logo, put a professional headshot, optional. Okay, maybe that kind of builds like a personal touch to your brand if that's what you're going for. Do that too. You want to make sure that you have quality business cards that signal attention and detail professionalism. That's exactly what the client wants in someone they're planning an important vacation with. When you guys think about vacations, I want you to think about them as investments because that's what people are doing. They're investing money to spend their time and they want to invest with somebody that has all of this. They don't want to invest with somebody that's like, oh, you're travel queen. Here's one social media post that I post once a month. No, you have to build your brand. You have to be consistent, right? So let me show you what my Popple looks like. And automatically, when you click on my Popple, it automatically tells you to put your information in. So that's why I use Popple because this gets sent to me so I can keep up with it. And they're all really required to put their email, but name, phone number helps too. So we'll just, I have to put something here. All right, fine. Oh, yay. Okay, we're friends. Great. Okay, now just so here is my Popple. You will notice you can't see it's right here, but the Archer affiliate logo is here. It's because we're on the mobile version. But Archer affiliate logo is right here, and the license numbers are up top. I do have my IATAN, so I have that, and I'm also listed on Travel Leaders Network. You guys can build into that, so I have that here. But here's is my name, this Texas, save contact. That's my number, my quote form. This is Linktree. I don't know why it looks like that, but that's Linktree, my website, whatever. Become a travel professional. I mean, I got it all. YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Now, this looks way better on your phone, but this is free, and I send it to people. Now, I really like this for a specific reason too. Even when I meet you guys in person, a lot of you guys were like, give me your number. Okay, that's a lot of work. We got to switch numbers. But this right here turns into like in your wallet, and you can just send it to people and back and forth and back and forth. And like they can just go next to each other, and it's like a QR code kind of setting. So I love Popple, recommend it. But this helps establish your brand. This helps it to make it where people can connect with you. So if you don't have a physical business card, you better have this one because you guys are not going to realize how easy it is at first to talk about travel. It comes up naturally. People always, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a travel advisor. Guess what? Everybody travels. So when you say that, it's like music to their ears. They're like, oh, what? You travel? Oh, okay. So how do you, and then you just start the conversation, right? Now you're an expert. Now you start talking. Oh, yeah, I can plan that for you. Here's my business card. Boom, right there. Brand. All right, let's keep going. Now, essentially, you can tell that we are building a roadmap here, right? After that, you get launched, you start telling people that is the most important time that you need to double down and be consistent. That is not a time to slack. These first 30 days of you posting and telling people is really going to help determine how many clients you're going to get in the beginning. So I want you to be available, be visible, okay? Building a strong advisor brand doesn't happen overnight. But following the systematic approach ensures you build it right the first time. Each element works together to create a cohesive professional presence that attracts ideal clients. So we built brand identity, we got the visual consistency of the logos, brand kit going, that foundation of everything together before you launch. And now you're marketing, and then you've got your professional touch when you're out and about. Okay. So if you are working on this, or maybe you've watched this and you're like, oh, I didn't do that yet. I want to know what you're working on. I want to know what you're doing. Comment below. Which step are you going to work on next? What is one of these that maybe you skipped over? Maybe when you're starting out and you are like, oh, I need to tackle this. Let me know in the comments what you're working on. I like to see what you guys are working on because it helps me align with my trainings. You guys communicating and engaging with me lets me know, oh, I need to teach more about this. Let me keep going on about this, right? All right, I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? I won't continue preaching, but listen, I'm telling you guys this because I've been here for 3 years. It is very important that you build it right the first time. And if maybe you have not finished building it, it's always important to go back and build it correctly because it's something as simple as just being consistent with your brand that can really help you get clients, right? Don't let common mistakes derail you from your travel advisor dreams. When people tell me, "Oh, I'm not getting a client, I'm not getting a client," this is a lot of time. This is why, right here. You guys aren't being consistent, you didn't set up a brand, and now you're just like, oh, I'm a travel advisor. Okay, great. So is other people. What makes you different, right? You have to have a strategic approach to it. And by following that strategic approach, you will save countless hours of backtracking, avoid costly rebranding efforts. And by costly, we're not even talking about money, we're talking about time. Time is money at the end of the day, right? A lot of people have to go back and fix things, and it takes time to do that. Build and in doing this, you're going to build your confidence with your clients from your very first interaction because you're delivering the same consistent part over and over. Your brand is your business foundation. You need to invest the time upfront to create something that serves you for years to come, attracts your ideal clients, and positions you as the professional travel advisor that you are meant to be. All right. So I already have a pinned comment, and as well, I can drop it in the description. But make sure to check out the must know trainings list if you are new. I share a lot of details like this that are just going to help you save time and effort and get you on the right path to being a travel advisor. And if this has helped you, feel free to comment below and let me know. Make sure you like the video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe because I drop trainings like this all the time. I go live 3 times a week. And on top of that, I do random pops ups just like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back next week with Cruise Week, and I will see you there. Have a great day and go out there and be great. Go be the great travel advisor that I know that you all can be.